WQEE 99.1 FM, The Key, Newnan, Sharpsburg, Franklin, LaGrange.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lewis Boynton, and I'm a clinical psychologist here in Georgia. Please join us every week, Wednesday from 10 to 11 a.m. here at 99.1 WQEE for our show, Health, Happiness, and Harmony, show in which we talk about positive psychology and things that can help to make your mental health life better. My goal
The House of Light brings clarity to your soul, offering a safe space for healing through our compassionate practitioners, services, classes, and wisdom, plus the tools to support you in our retail space.
To protect his home and family from disaster, Steve used courage, wisdom, and his camera phone.
That should do it.
Way to go, Steve! By simply taking digital pictures of his family's important documents, Steve can always have them stored safely online, no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
The views and opinions of this show and program are not the views and opinions of this station, its management, or its clientele.
Good morning. Welcome to WQEE 99.1. I'm Donna.
And I am Bruce.
And this is Lyrical Wisdom. Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Donna. How are you?
I am doing wonderful this beautiful, really surreal day.
Yes.
Because, I don't know, I mean, happy Halloween, everyone.
Yeah, happy Halloween.
Samhain. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's, and today is All Saints Day.
Wow.
Tomorrow is the big holiday for Day of the Dead.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, so, and tonight we have a new moon. And this is like really interesting because new moons normally fall in the middle of the month.
Wow.
So here we go, like through this portal of the thinning of the veils and a new moon. An opportunity to just start anew.
Wow.
You know, just it's on 11/1.
Oh, wow.
So it's 111.
That's amazing. It's 3 ones. So
Yeah.
There's another number in there, that 3. It's like
That's right.
Yeah,
that's
amazing.
right. Yeah. It's
amazing.
just a beautiful fall day. And you know what fall means, Bruce?
Something I don't like to do.
Football?
I'm just saying, I don't like to. Yes, I know. I'm sorry, I don't like to fall down, but I know. And yes, Donna just said football before I so casually interrupted you there. But yes,
Yeah.
I know. A lot of people are immersed in the game of fall right now, and
Yes.
it is kind of something that takes us over. You know, we could talk about the fact that the World Series just ended. However, here we are in the middle of football season. You're right. Fall, football, cool weather, Friday night lights, I think is how some people like to refer to it. And I'm actually thinking we're trying to kind of give a little foreshadowing to the song we're doing today, aren't we?
Well, it was so synchronistic to be here and hear Ryan speak about, you know, the game coming up and everything. And I was just giggling inside going, I don't think Ryan even knows we're doing this song.
No, I think, you know, that's funny because, we walked in on the show right before this show. And he was just
speaking
discussing
football.
Yeah, he was just discussing football. And so, you know, if you're lucky enough to be listening to WQEE 99.1 FM before we start our show at 10 a.m., then you're going to get a really great show before us. And then we have a really exciting song for you today. So how can you lose? It's a win-win situation. And I'm really excited about the way that the weather is supposed to be today, thinking about fall, because it is supposed to cool off this weekend. And we also have this new moon that Donna was just telling me about. And it's just an exciting weekend. So many coincidences, but there are no coincidences. And we feel certain nostalgia for this time of the year, don't we?
Well, not only that, yes, definitely, because, I mean, people call it the holiday season is beginning. I know my daughter, as probably many of you out there in Georgia land, the state of Georgia, will be celebrating tomorrow. My daughter's having a big Georgia game viewing party is what they call them, I guess. You know, let's get together and watch the game together. And that's one thing that I love, that, you know, we lost for a little while with the events of 2020, and and it took a while for us to really get comfortable coming back into community, into, you know, parties, coming together with large groups of people, and being together once again.
Yeah, and it was the, you know, there are certain words out there that become very powerful bonds, and one of them is a 2-word phrase. It was a super spreader. Super spreader. It's like it's almost like a bad phrase or bad words these days. But, you know, it's wonderful to be able to come back together. And that's what I feel with this song today, is a nod to that almost nostalgia. Now, we have discussed on shows of our past, and we will be discussing this in our present and future, that time is a construct and that we've created it. And so everything is really happening all at the same time, past, present, future, all at once. However, that wonderful feeling that we get when this time of year comes along and we have memories of past football games that we've watched with past friends and past Thanksgivings that we've spent in the past with family members, these things are real. They are actually happening in a real, tangible way. And it is such a beautiful thing to feel that. And that's what I think brings us to this song.
Yes, which is a request.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Terry C. from Indiana.
Thank you, Terry.
Thank you so much. Remember, you can send your requests to
lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. That's lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. And you can also send them right here to WQEE 99.1 FM to Ryan himself at 99classicrock@gmail.com. That's 99classicrock@gmail.com. We also have a YouTube channel.
Yes, don't forget to hop on YouTube. You can find us at, if you go into the search engine, type in Lyrical Wisdom Show. That's Lyrical Wisdom Show. Or if you want to go direct to us, then you can do
at Lyrical Wisdom 888. At Lyrical Wisdom 888. And that'll take you right to where that little turquoise icon is.
Yes.
And you can then find where Donna and I have either Allison, our one of our other partners in crime. She's been doing some work and getting the name of the song up on the icon in that circle, that turquoise circle, so that sometimes it'll have our avatars there, sometimes it'll have the name of the song, so you can see kind of what you're going to be clicking on. So please get in there and check it out.
Yeah. And we would love it if you like and subscribe.
Absolutely.
And leave comments.
Yes, don't forget to like and subscribe any of our shows from any of our providers that are out there, because we're lucky that our show is on WQEE 99.1 FM. And when you look for Lyrical Wisdom, you can like and subscribe to ROR Penitentiary. And so you can go and check out their I want to say products, but they have other shows that they show. We are on there. There's other things that are on there. So please go ahead and check that out. And then that way, you can expand whatever you're looking for up there, because there's so much there from 99.1.
Yes. Now, thank you, guys. We love you so much. Here we go. The song of the day.
The Boys of Fall by Kenny Chesney. When I feel that chill, smell that fresh cut grass, I'm back in my helmet, cleats, and shoulder pads, standing in the huddle, listening to the call, fans going crazy for the Boys of Fall. They didn't let just anybody in that club, took every ounce of heart and sweat and blood to get to wear those game day jerseys down the hall. Kings of the school, man. We are the Boys of Fall. Well, It's turn and face the stars and stripes. It's fighting back them butterflies. It's call it in the air, all right. Yes, sir, we want the ball. And it's knocking heads and talking trash. It's slinging mud and dirt and grass. It's I got your number, I got your back when your back's against the wall. You mess with one man, you got us all. The boys of fall. In little towns like mine, that's all they got. Newspaper clippings fill the coffee shops. The old men will always think they know it all. The young girls will dream about the boys of fall. Well, it's turn and face the stars and stripes. It's fighting back them butterflies. It's call it in the air. All right, yes sir, we want the ball. And it's knocking heads and talking trash. It's slinging mud and dirt and grass. It's I got your number, I got your back when your back's against the wall. You mess with the one, man, you got us all. The boys of fall. Wow.
I really like this. I mean, you're right. The feeling that it encourages in the physical body is really interesting.
It is.
It's like, wow, okay, this song is making me feel. And it is like you said, the nostalgia of it, the remembering of it, the putting yourself in their shoes, so to speak. So when I feel that chill, smell that cut grass, and I guess I know that Kenny did a great job because I can feel the chill.
Yes.
And right now I can smell that fresh cut grass.
It's unmistakable. It's the way that the song conjures, and it almost forces the memory to bring back the experience. And it's not just an experience for the listener that is just thinking of something that you see or remember in a daydreamy, kind of hazy, dreamlike way. Mm-hmm. It's literally experiencing it.
Yes, that's, and that is life. For me, that is the ultimate living of life, of that essence, or that you hear it often, even more now, to be here now.
Yes, and it would be, I want to say it would be a mistake. However, that wouldn't be correct necessarily. And I would say that it's just kind of confusing to think that the only way you can smell fresh cut grass is if your neighbor cut the grass and you happen to walk outside and now you can smell it. That isn't true. This brings that smell into your mind and you can actually smell it. You don't need the physical presence of the grass.
Which, to me, gives a nod towards we create our reality.
We do. And how awesome is it? Because then, when I feel that chill, smell that fresh cut grass, I'm back in my helmet, cleats, and shoulder pads.
Even the author is saying, I'm not playing football right now, but when I feel that chill and smell that grass, I'm back in my helmet, cleats, and shoulder pads.
Standing in the huddle, in the middle of a moment that they remember so clearly, listening to the call, fans going crazy for the Boys of Fall. And I love how that finishes with For the Boys of Fall, because it continues that reminiscent kind of flow, and it keeps that going. It keeps nurturing that, because then it goes into the nuance of what that means.
Right.
They didn't let just anybody in that club. It took every ounce of heart and sweat and blood, talking about, you couldn't just walk over to football practice one day and be like, hey, I'll go catch
I want to play football.
Let's do this. Woo-hoo. Yes, that is kind of how it starts, but, they didn't let just anybody in that club. It took every ounce of heart and sweat and blood. And that's the reference to how hard they really work to get to that moment where the fans are going crazy and the lights are on and they're in the chill and in the helmets and the pads and in the huddle and getting ready to play. You know, like it's all suddenly making your blood want to get a little more. I don't want to say blood boil, but it's not really boiling. It's just, you know, our heart rate increases with the excitement of what could be.
Well, yeah, definitely. I really love the way that Kenny develops that what you're saying, that feeling of standing in the huddle, listening to the call. It gives that nod towards, I am here and I'm supported.
Yes.
I'm in a huddle. I'm not just here by myself.
Yes.
I'm in a huddle.
With my
and
team.
Therefore, right.
Yeah.
With the with people that I know are there to support me.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And that is, and I don't want to give it away because we're early in the song.
Yeah. Fans are going crazy for the boys of fall.
And that is actually, that's why I don't want to give it away, but it happens, it says that later on. They repeat that in the lyric, but, you know.
Being able to take that praise.
Yes.
That, the fans going crazy. I've been in a stadium before, and you can really feel that energy
yes, you can.
when the entire, I can't even remember what they're called now when you go to play. The arena, where everybody sits.
Oh, in the stadium.
Stadium, thank you.
Yeah.
When that stadium is all cheering at once, the energy there is so palpable. You can really feel it.
Yes.
And therefore, that's what he's saying. He's setting the tone for us to be able to find that feeling in ourselves of accomplishment.
Yes.
That's what I was looking for.
Absolutely.
Something that I'm doing something good that people appreciate.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's funny that you mentioned that because, I've felt this myself in my own experience, but I would liken this to the movie, there's a movie called Sing. And in one of the Sing movies, I don't know if it's Sing 1 or Sing 2, there's a character that happens to be an elephant.
Yes.
And the elephant is very shy and fearful of performing in front of the audience. And once they start singing, then it all changes. And that was something that when a performer finally realizes that the audience loves them and they are not alone on that stage, and those performers, those players are not alone. They don't just have each other on their team that has their backs. They have the audience that's with them too, each and every time. Now, especially in a sporting event, you have two sides against each other. So you can have two different fans in the audience, but you can, in a performance where you're on stage by yourself singing like the elephant, they were all there for the elephant. There is no doubt. Nobody buys a ticket to go see you perform if they don't already have the idea that you're going to do something amazing and magical.
Right.
So they're coming with love for you.
Yes.
They're coming with love for you. You are listening to this show with love for Donna and I.
Aww.
It's obvious, and it's something we feel. And so once the performer finally is able to allow themselves to receive that love, the entire dynamic of what they're doing in front of somebody changes. And if you go perform at the Fox Theater here in Atlanta, where I believe they have they could have over 5,000 people in that theater, you would be able to stand on that stage and feel the energy from that audience.
Yeah.
There's no way you could get away from it.
And he goes on to say, like you said, that to get to that place, it takes work. It does take the self of working and developing itself to be able to get to that point of appreciation. The heart and sweat and blood.
To get to wear those game day jerseys down the hall.
Kings of the school, man.
We are the Boys of Fall. Once again, reiterating and saying it again, the Boys of Fall, in a way that is reverent.
And I love that They're just boys.
Yes.
They're just boys.
They're keeping it, I want to say, they're keeping it real. They're keeping it very
I feel like this is high school.
Yes. It's still youthful. There's still
right.
a child sense to this because these are still boys, obviously.
They're being developed into men.
Yes.
Yes.
We're not, we haven't quite got to that point, but it is still that very special club. And
kings.
The kings of the school. Mm-hmm. And it's amazing because then, they talk about how the nerves come along, the goosebumps, the hair rising on the back of your neck. Well, it's turn and face the stars and stripes. It's fighting back them butterflies.
Yeah.
And that's that adrenaline. And then the coin toss. It's call it in the air, all right? Yes, sir. They won the coin toss, obviously.
Because we want the ball. They stated what they wanted.
Yeah,
yes,
and then,
yes.
And then, of course, all of the things that are going to come with the heart and sweat and blood to wear those jerseys, those game day jerseys down the hall and to be the kings of the school. They know it's going to be knocking heads and talking trash, slinging mud and dirt and grass. And that part is just amazing to me because it reminds you of when Louis Armstrong was playing his trumpet, or Wynton Marsalis was playing his trumpet, or even when Yo-Yo Ma is playing his cello, or the stringed instrument that he plays. These amazing musicians are still going to have to adjust something. The trumpet player is going to have to drain their spit valve. Mm-hmm. We don't really want to think about that. Mm-hmm. But if you watch them long enough while they're playing, they're going to turn that trumpet over and dump out a load of spit. And it's not going to be very pleasant to watch. But you know what? That's a reality of that situation.
I'm just curious, Bruce. Do you think that there could be a real football game without knocking heads and talking trash? Do you think we'll get to a day, and I'm being, I'm sure Miss Butterfly here, but I mean, what if they could just, at that coin toss, shake hands and say, have a great game, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, just do your best.
Well, and you know what I remember? This is, I love that you asked this question because the one thing that I have noticed about sporting events like that is there's a young lady named Marta. She plays in the MLS, or not in the MLS, in the professional league for the women's game for the soccer that is doing amazing out there and just won the gold medal. But Marta is a player that played for the opposite team other than the United States team. And when she is such an amazing player, she's done so many amazing things in her career. And the United States players could not play with the kind of respect that would be like, oh, well, we're just not going to try to play hard for you. We're not going to try to rise to the occasion to give you our best game. And that's a part of what this is a nod to. Mm-hmm. If you're not knocking heads and talking trash, then your opponent, who might be better, because that's how you get better at a game. You challenge yourself by challenging yourselves against somebody else that could be technically, physically better than you. And you appreciate what you learn from them. And that is what this is a nod to.
Because it's I got your number.
Yeah.
It's finding out about each other.
Yeah, it's playing as hard as you can and respecting your opponent enough to give them your best game and to also say, hey, I know I'm going to beat you. I know I can do it. And knowing that talking trash, so to speak, is to encourage each other.
Yeah.
And so,
I got your number, I got your back, when your back's against the wall.
Yes.
That, to me, is such a beautiful statement.
It is.
I see you, I see what you're doing, and I got you figured out. And partner, the person beside me, when your back's against the wall, I got you too.
Yeah, it's almost like it's like the military. That's how, men and women in the military, they're like, we got each other. You got the soldier on either side of you is, right there.
And the next lyric says it to a T. You mess with one man, you got us all.
Yeah.
The boys of fall.
Again, with reverence, with respect, with, and then in little towns like mine, that's all they got.
Yes.
Newspaper clippings fill the coffee shops. The old men will always think they know it all. Young girls will dream about the boys of fall. It is so reminiscent, nostalgic, and so calling back those feelings, like you said.
Yes.
And it's all memories, because we all know places like that.
Yes, those small towns where a hero comes out from football.
Yeah.
Simply because they played football. All of a sudden, a little town that nobody heard of is on the map.
Oh my gosh, I could think of many different names and faces from our past that could describe that, because that is what then fills all the minds and hearts of the entire population, and what a wonderful memory to have. Remember so-and-so who had those amazing games back in the day? I mean, it's just good memories to have and good stories to talk about.
And for me, it just goes to show you that when you do take the time and effort, meaning, the heart and sweat and blood, to develop yourself into the best you that you can be, even if it's football. It can be anything.
Yes.
It can be a teacher. It can be, a street sweeper. It can be, a singer, like you said, and sing. It doesn't matter. It can be a radio host, like our wonderful host Ryan here.
Yes.
It doesn't matter what you do. It is in the development and into the heart of becoming the best that you can be.
Feeling that inspiration.
And that's the little towns. That's when...
Pride.
Yeah. Well,
It's a good thing in that moment, because it makes you feel good. It's not... You're taking... we take joy from these feelings of this, and that's when that pride can be a really good thing. And I know pride and ego can sometimes be an ingredient that we have to kind of take a little bit back from. We don't always want to have so much.
Right. Well, it's not necessarily the pride that I guess the point I'm trying to make is the communal coming together and the communal as one, supporting, because of the boys of fall.
No, absolutely. It transcends all kinds of different beliefs and philosophies. Mm-hmm. It really does.
Yes. Yes.
All too often, I think we all have learned this by just thinking about what we were just talking about, different sporting teams when they're doing really well in our country, suddenly it brings everybody together.
Yes, it does.
And it's turn and face the stars and stripes when they play the national anthem. Fighting back them butterflies, the adrenaline, getting ready for that game, and then all of the things. Call it in the air, the coin toss. Yeah, we want the ball. And it's knocking heads and talking trash, slinging mud and dirt and grass.
It's I got your number. I got your back when your back's against the wall. You mess with one man, you got us all. The boys of fall. Yeah, this is a great song. Thank you so much, Terry. Thank you. Remember, you can send your requests in to
lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. That's lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. And you can also send them to 99classicrock@gmail.com. That's 99classicrock@gmail.com.
And we also have the YouTube. Remember, Lyrical Wisdom Show.
Lyrical Wisdom Show. Search Lyrical Wisdom Show on YouTube, and also at Lyrical Wisdom 888. That's at Lyrical Wisdom 888. You can leave requests. You can leave comments. Please like and subscribe.
We appreciate you so much. We love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us here on WQEE 99.1 FM. We'll see you next week.
feel that chill, smell that fresh cut grass. I'm back in my helmet, cleats, and shoulder pads. Standing in the huddle, listening to the call. Fans going crazy for the boys that fall.